The famous diary of Anne Frank has withstood the test of time for over 80 years after she started writing it. In the last year and a half, global anti-Semitism and anti-Israel vitriol has risen to alarming levels. And now, for the first time in history, Anne Frank's famous hiding place is on full display in New York City's Union Square. And it is something that opened on the end of January's International Holocaust Remembrance Day, which also marked 80 years since the liberation of Auschwitz. Joining us now from Amsterdam is Tom Brink, the head of collections and presentations at the Anne Frank House. Hello, and thank you for being here. Last time was during COVID.
Hello. It was, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So this is definitely something you have all been working hard on. I know the plans were in the works also before October 7th. So talk about the, first of all, since October 7th, we know as many as 1 million people come a year to the location in Amsterdam. Have you seen more people seeking to be educated, or has it been tense?
That's hard to say. You know, the tickets for the museum are sold out almost every day throughout the year. And that was before October 7th, and that still is the case after October 7th. So it's really hard to measure whether demand has increased and if there really is a post-October the 7th effect.
Well, the fact is it's full
I wouldn't
still.
dare to say. It's full still, absolutely, yes. We have about 1.3 million visitors a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that says a lot. At least, you know, it is something still, of course, so relevant. So let's talk about the exhibition in New York. It's in Union Square. Again, I know it wasn't planned. I mean, it was planned before October 7th, but I guess the timing has made it that much more important now.
Yeah, I think we can say that, although we planned it, we've been working on this for a couple of years, actually, and that is, the reason for that is actually twofold. On the one hand, it is, as I just said, we're almost always sold out, and the museum is almost always sold out, and so we know that many of the people coming to Amsterdam would like to visit the museum, but tickets are sold out, so they can't. But also, there's many people who can simply not travel to Amsterdam because of different reasons, and we have been looking into ways to kind of bring the story to them as well. But this is more like, I would say, like a logistical reason. But then again, we see that anti-Semitism has been on the rise for years now, for the last years, and that is, I think, the most important reason why we wanted to do something outside Amsterdam. And this exhibit is one of the examples that really, helps us bring across this story to a different audience, not only in Amsterdam.
Yeah. So you guys were able to recreate Anne Frank and her family's hiding place, you know, the famous attic that we all know about. So tell us about that. And also, there's a lot of archival materials that haven't been seen before that have been become part of this exhibition. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. Absolutely, and although the recreation of the hiding place has understandably gained a lot of interest and attracted a lot of interest, but the exhibition is actually much more than that. The entire exhibition spends, I think, almost a century covering the Frank family's history from the early 20th century in Frankfurt. So that is before the rise of Hitler, and that was when the family was still a well-to-do Jewish and German family. As Otto always said, we were as Jewish as we were German. That is where the exhibition starts. And then in 1929, after the economic crisis, and also the political and social crisis in Germany starts, we see that Jews are all of a sudden, more or less, they are like a problem, and they are the scapegoat for everything that goes wrong. And well, that is what we all tell in this exhibition, and then they have to flee to Amsterdam. And this is kind of, if you say, this is kind of I would almost say a classic exhibition with lots and lots of original artifacts from the family. And it is like we have silverware, we have tableware from Frankfurt, we have furniture, but also very, very nice, like the small, what we call poetry books, which are kind of like a friendship book where Margot and Anne wrote little poems for their friends in, and all these kind of very, very intimate personal items as well.
That is so interesting. For example,
Yeah, yeah, and it's also that is no, that is like it is a very personal and intimate approach. And that goes for the hiding place as well. What we did is we meticulously recreated the hiding place with all its details, as we know from here in Amsterdam. Of course, it is the structure, the wallpaper, but also the pictures from the magazines that then cut out of magazines and stuck to the wall. And also, that is where it really differs from Amsterdam. We refurbished the hiding place in New York, in the exhibition in New York, with furniture and artifacts from the time. These are these are not the original furniture and artifacts from the Frank family because that was taken away after they were arrested here in Amsterdam, but they are from the time. So you walk through the rooms and it is like the family and the other people in hiding are still there. And we see that wonderful, and those are original artifacts that show that the people in hiding thought of it as a temporary situation. Margot, for example, did a Latin course. She was preparing for
Wow.
study after leaving the hiding place. And Fritz Pfeffer, one of the people in hiding as well, his Spanish textbook is on display because he prepared for immigration to South America after the liberation. And one piece I personally find very, very touching is Auguste van Pel's festive dress. It is her original dress, and we think that she kept it for after the liberation to wear it after the liberation. But well,
Wow.
as we all know, it never came to them.
Wow, it's so incredible, and everybody should go see it in New York. Tom Brink, thank you again. Good to see you again, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in person in the near future.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.